What's up, everyone? We're back at it again, day 26. I know you guys will probably be looking at the title and you're like, hey, what's going on? Just letting you know, of course, this is still like a new channel. Probably been like, what, about, I want to say it's been about maybe like a month and some change now, maybe like 2 months and some change. I don't really know that this channel's been around for. But uh, obviously, I'm going to be making changes on the occasion, trying to eventually get the channel to what I want it to be. So, um, yeah. So of course, like you don't see I'm still deciding. I most likely don't have the the number in the title. So that's because I wanted to like try out a couple things and see like what works, what doesn't. So yeah, just being weird, right? But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. I know I did. Uh, right now, the main thing I want to work on is I started thinking, and I was like, well, I feel like maybe like my skills have improved a little bit. So I really wanted to work on uh, more line confidence, right? Not using as many sketches. You probably saw me do it like a little bit there, but I'm trying not to. So yeah, trying to be a little bit more consistent consistent with my lines. So yeah. Otherwise though, I hope you guys are enjoying your days, uh, like your weekends, or you're enjoying this morning. Uh, I mean, it's Monday, so maybe not. Who knows? But yeah, and we're just gonna keep moving. So I don't even think I drew this right. Yeah, I think that's doing maybe a little bit too much, possibly. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool enough. But yeah, so honestly, I'm just working on more uh, line confidence. Clearly, trying to make sure my lines and circles, my squares are good. Well, hold on. Boom. There you go. So yeah, just kind of working on that right now. Maybe I'll try to do like a couple other shapes. Like really recently, I've been working on trying to diversify the types of like because usually I keep my shapes pretty straight. I'm trying to like curve them a little bit. So like for example, uh, this will be like a cube or something like that, or like a rectangular prism. I'm trying to like curve it a little bit. So doing stuff like that. Um, I think the other day actually I was working on like ribbons. So that's pretty cool. Let me see here. Something like that, right? So yeah, just working on like little things here and there. But yeah. But yeah, this weekend it was pretty cool. So beforehand, at first my weekend wasn't that great because I want to say Friday was cool. But Saturday, I don't know. I kind of count for Friday weekend or Friday night as my weekend. That's just me. Maybe I'm weird, but Saturday actually I was kind of like doodling a little bit, and I was like, man, this sucks. But what happened that same night was I was looking back at previous notebooks that I had, and I kind of realized like the small improvements that I was making, and I'm like, you know what? It's not really the worst, and I have been seeing improvement. So I can't really be putting myself down too much, right? Of course, you know my skills, and I think it goes for almost any artist, right? Like your skills are never gonna exactly be where you want them to be, and there's always room for improvement. But as long as you're seeing some and you keep trying every day, eventually you'll reach it, and just enjoy the process. Stop trying to put like, not I'm not saying don't put any expectations on you, but like be reasonable with it. Like, of course I'm not going to be making Dragon Ball or like Yusuke Murata type work at this rate, which I still wasn't when I was doing it the other day, but I was kind of like, in my mind, I thought I was going to be a little bit better with it. But yeah, my anatomy has actually been improving a lot. Been using the 7.5 head method, so that's pretty good. One thing I was really working on was, look at that, pretty smooth. Working on, and I do this. I of course do this for like the circles, but I was working on the fact that kind of messed up that a little bit, but was working on the fact that like how limbs work. Like your hands are always going to be here, right? So you can kind of do this, or let's say that I wanted to do something like I wanted the hand, because of course this will be the body right here. Let's say I wanted the hand over here. Well, then obviously this is going to be right here, and because it's like the shoulder, obviously you just kind of do it like that, and boom, you got a, like it's kind of easy doing poses a little bit now, at least from of course, like the front view. I'm still been working on like side views too. So I think the worst part about it is, like, let's say I have for example, right, and I'll just cut this a little bit short. So let's say I have like this, right? This is of course the torso. This will be a leg, and then let's say at the foot right here, obviously connects like this to that. So I'll just kind of draw that in. And then also for this, I like to kind of do it like that, at least, because then it kind of it gives it like that. Well, you can't see it now, but usually when I do this, it gives kind of like the knee, right? Kind of like that. But what I realized is, like, let's say I wanted to draw the other one, I wouldn't just straight off, like, just draw it off, right? Like, maybe I would have the leg over to the side like this, maybe a little bit. Maybe I could have like a little bit higher or something like that. So obviously it's going to be right here. So that's going to connect that way. Let me see, like that. And then the leg would be kind of like, it will be like in there, kind of, if that makes sense. Like, you're not going to see the exact same view of the foot. Of course, this isn't perfect, but you would, it wouldn't be in like, you wouldn't exactly see it. And for some reason, I don't know why, but like it was kind of hard at first, but it gets kind of easier the more you practice it. So I think eventually I'm gonna try to move on from straight off having to use like blocks, and like, I'm of course gonna keep like the cylindrical shape, but I'm gonna try to use more of like actual anatomy, like try to get like the actual body form. Maybe I'll do like another video pretty soon on more like poses, maybe, possibly. Maybe I'll do a video where I'm like making references, so could do that as well. But yeah, I don't know. And also, I think I was kind of down in the dumps that day because I was watching I don't know. I feel like like sometimes I feel like at night I kind of think a little bit differently. Maybe it's like everybody, but it's kind of like when your mind kind of shuts off a little bit, so you're not thinking as clearly. Like I was watching so I guess I kind of missed it because I'm not on social media as much. I kind of try to stay off of it just because it's not good for my mental health per se. But I saw that they were able to recreate like the what is it, the Gilby, like Studio Gilby art style, and I was like, there's no way. Well, I kind of messed up on that. That's whatever. But actually maybe I didn't. No, I still did. But I was looking at that and I'm like, dang, like I was fine when it was just picture, but then I was like, oh, they're actually making Sorry about that camera shake. I was like, man, they're actually making animations out of this. I'm like, this is insane. And I started thinking, like, is there even a point of me doing this anymore? Yada yada, this and that. And I was like, I started thinking, I was like, why am I tripping over this? Right? Like, you can't recreate soul and heart and work. You can't. Like, robots can try, but or like technology can try, but it'll never happen. It's always an imitation based on what we make. It's never actually like original. So who knows? So yeah, me just tripping a little bit, but you know that came out a little bit crazy. Boom. I like how I'm starting to use less lines. Of course, I'm using circles for like this, obviously, but I've been trying to use less and less. I still do it like every now and again, but it's a process, and I'm definitely starting to work through it. I apologize if you guys hear that. It's somebody wants to mow their lawn again today. So um, but yeah, just working through all this. Yeah, just yeah. And of course, this isn't perfect. I'm not trying to say like, oh, I finally got it, but I'm definitely seeing, and I don't think this is even 7.5 heads. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Close, close. And of course, like it's a little bit off, like spacing, but kind of close. Getting there. But yeah. So I don't really expect for much change to happen in the channel super soon, but like I said beforehand, I want to eventually get to the point when I can start live streaming because I really wanted a more community-based channel or more like just discussing, learn how to draw, all that at like one time, kind of. Maybe like share interests, like if you guys want to talk about topics, like like what do you think about this or that, like that sort of stuff. Just maybe nerd out a little bit. Maybe we talk about like just life stuff. So yeah, just trying to build up to that, but and learn how to draw at the same time because eventually I'm trying to make that comic or manga. I don't know. Maybe it'll be like a mix of both styles. Maybe it won't. I don't know yet, but yeah. Yeah, that looked a little bit crazy. Of course, my lines aren't perfect. It's still a little bit shaky, and of course, like on the occasion, I'm still doing this, but it's. I feel like it's not as bad as it used to be, at least for me. So I like that. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow we might do. Um, we might do a pose video. I might do poses. Still gonna be rough, obviously, but I feel like I'm a little bit more prepared now than I was previously. Especially since I'll probably be using like actual 3D shapes instead of trying to do like on the 2D plane like this. Of course, I didn't draw. Oh yeah, another style what I've been trying to do. I haven't been really trying to draw the entire uh body like a jelly bean kind of, but I try to get like the chest area. I kind of did that weird, and then afterward I'll draw the rest of it kind of like this, and then obviously you kind of have the torso, and then get your arms that way. And then you can kind of connect this however you want. Like if I want this to be more feminine, I'll try to that's a little bit too, man, what, she ain't been eating or something? But yeah, I'll try to curve the body a little bit more. And, you know, of course, the tatas right there. Boom. Which I've also been working on a little bit. Should be facing the other way. That doesn't matter. But yeah, that looks a little bit crazy, obviously, but I I do a little bit better when I'm not, you know, trying to like quickly sketch this within like a minute or two. But you know what? Let me see. I don't even know if I could draw a wink. Kind of. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day. So obviously it was kind of like more like a random doodle, but I kind of wanted to work on uh, more line confidence, I want to say. So just a little switch up. But yeah, tomorrow I think we'll probably work on poses. I don't know exactly. I don't think I'm gonna do full dynamic because like if I'm doing full dynamic, I'm gonna have to like actually try to, and I could, but it'd just be like a little bit crazy. Like let's say it's something like this, and then we got this obviously. Foot probably be right here. Knee will be right here, so then it'll be like a lot of like that. And obviously got kind of something like that. I don't know. It will be weird. That's all I know. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. A little bit of a chill one, I want to say, obviously, but it's kind of maybe like a, I don't even want to call it an update. Honestly, it's just more like a, you know, you guys might see this channel change up a little bit. Maybe I'll change up the title. Maybe I might do a couple things. Obviously, say what you like and what you don't like, so now I can kind of get an idea what kind of works with y'all or not. But yeah, we're just, you know, test running. So, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.